In the UCI World Tour, a new year means new equipment, and 2025 is no different. So, we thought we'd give you a full rundown of the new bikes, kit, and colours filling your screens this year. 2024 was another year of success for the Belgian powerhouse team and home of superstar Mathieu van der Poel, and with the current Gravel World Champion locked into an unprecedented 10-year deal with Canyon Bikes, you won't be surprised to hear that their kit is predominantly the same as last year. The main weapon of choice will be the new Canyon Aeroad CFR, decked out with Shimano's Dura-Ace Di2 group set and those trusty C50/60 wheels. The Sellitalia saddles are sticking around along with Elite bottles and cages. The only small but important change, new rubber, moving to Pirelli away from Vittoria. For the mountains, the Canyon Ultimate CFR may be deployed on occasions, and we expect to see the Speedmax in full flight when the riders go against the clock. Though the women's team will be running under the Fenix Tekunik name, they'll ride the same bikes and similar kit. While the team from Rennes is still proudly French, with around 15 French riders signed up for the 2025 season, the bikes tell a more Italian story. They'll be riding Bianchi again with the Aero Ultra RC, the lightweight Specialissima RC, and the Aquila 4 time trials. Vittoria tyres, Sellitalia saddles, and Elite bottles and cages are all part of the lineup too, but it's not completely Italian. Shimano's Dura-Ace Di2 group set and Vision cockpits and wheels keep things a little bit more international. 2024 was a tough year for Bahrain Victorious as they fell a huge 13 positions in the World Tour rankings. While the Bahrain team did post 2 top 10 finishes in the Grand Tours last year, they'll be hoping to improve on their 13 wins for the season. The teams had a few changes this season, with the biggest being veteran Wout Poels moving to the XDS Astana squad, but when it comes to the bikes, not much has changed. They'll still have the full lineup of Merida race bikes at their disposal, all fitted with Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 group sets. They'll also be sticking with Vision wheels and cockpits like the Metro 5D ACR Evo, Continental tyres, and Pro Logo saddles. The name of 2024's third-ranked women's team hasn't changed as we move into 2025, and funnily enough, that means neither have their bikes. The likes of Chloe Daiger and Kasia Nomadoma will still be riding the full complement of bikes from the German brand Canyon. While the Aeroad CFR will be the go-to weapon, don't be surprised to see the Ultimate make an appearance in the high mountains and the Speedmax to show its face during time trials. As for components, it's a setup fans will recognise. SRAM is back with its latest red Axis group set, paired with Zip wheels, while Schwab tyres complete the German-American partnership. Another German team sticking to the same old faithful kit this year is the Ceratizit Pro cycling team. Once again, they'll be aboard Orbea bikes for the 2025 season. The German squad will be riding the lightweight Orca on climbing days and the Orca Aero on the flats, and the Ordu in time trials, kitted out with Shimano Dura-Ace shifting and Orbea in-house brand Oquo wheels and finishing kits. Back at the start of 2024, the biggest news around World Tour tech was that Campagnolo was officially out of the World Tour, but thankfully a new chapter has arrived for the Italian group set manufacturer. The Lille-based squad has signed to use Campagnolo's Super Record EPS wireless group set and Bora Ultra WTO wheels. Though the team's bold red and yellow kit has shocked many, the bikes are staying just the same. It still looks 795 Blade RS for daily racing, with the monoblade reserved for time trials, and rounding out the setup, they'll be using Sellitalia saddles, Look pedals, and Elite bottles and cages. The AG2R squad turned heads last year riding one of the most talked about bikes in the peloton, the Van Rysel RCR Pro. And for good reason. The move to what has traditionally been regarded as more of a budget brand saw the team score an impressive 30 victories, more than tripling their previous year's successes. This year, they'll be hoping to keep momentum on their side with the RCR Pro and the more official use of the still unreleased FCR Aero Bike 2. While the bike lineup is growing, the list of suppliers stays pretty consistent. The Van Rysel bikes will still feature Shimano's Dura-Ace Di2 group set, with wheels from Aero Specialists Swiss side. Bars and stems are coming from Data Elementi, with Physique saddles and Continental tyres rounding up the setup. The US-based team is always hard to miss, thanks to their bold, bright bike and kit combos, not to mention the pragmatic racing style of riders like Richard Carapaz and Ben Healy. This year they're back with a few new fresh faces, including classic specialist Kasper Asgren, but sticking with the same trusty bikes and equipment for both women's and men's teams. Once again, they'll have their pick of Cannondale's racing lineup, the all-rounder Super 6 Evo Lab 71, and the Super Slice for time trials. Both bikes are decked out with Shimano Dura-Ace group sets, Vision wheels and cockpits, Vittoria tyres and Pro Logo saddles. Rounding things out, Tacx takes care of the bottles and cages, while Wahoo takes care of the Speedplay pedals and bike computers. After ending their 22-year partnership with Lapierre at the close of 2023, Groupama FDJ are settling in nicely with their new partner, Villiers, as they head into their second year racing the Italian bikes. The French team will once again rely on the Villiers Zero SLR as their road racing machine, while the £20,000 Supersonic SLR will handle time trial duties. All of the bikes will once again feature Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 group sets, though rather than opting for Shimano wheels, the team will ride Villiers subsidiary Miche wheels in 2025. You might think it's the same story over at the FDJ Suez women's team, right? Well, think again. The biggest signing of the 2024-25 transfer season was Demi Vollering joining FDJ Suez. Along with her incredible Palmares comes a new bike sponsor, Specialized. In 2025, the team will have full access to Specialized road, cross and gravel lineup. For road stages, the S-Works Tarmac SL8 will be their bike of choice, while the Shiv TT will handle time trial duties. Specialized component brand Roval will supply the cockpit and wheels, but FDJ Suez is sticking with Continental tyres for the season. After a move away from long-standing partner Felt Bikes in 2024, Human Powered Health enters its second season with Factor Bikes, and the equipment list is familiar for the new year. The team will once again ride the O2 and Ostro VAM and Hanzo TT bike, all spec'd with Factor sub-brand black ink wheels and handlebars. They'll be riding the new SRAM Red Axis group sets in 2025, with the only minor brand change being a move to Vittoria tyres. It's safe to say the Ineos Grenadiers have attracted a lot of media attention over the last few months, and not all necessarily for the right reasons. The departure of names such as Tom Pidcock and Luke Rowe still loom large over the British World Tour outfit, but they can at least find some stability in their equipment. Long-standing partner Pinarello will once again provide its Dogma F road race bike and Bolide time trial bike this year, with Pro Logo saddles and Shimano Dura-Ace wheel sets and group sets returning once again. The Intermarché Wanty team heads into 2025 full of optimism, especially after Biniam Girmay's historic green jersey win at the 2024 Tour de France. With that kind of success, we'll cut them some slack for sticking with nearly the same equipment in 2025. Biniam Girmay will be contesting sprint finishes on board the Cube Lightning C68X aero bike, while the likes of Luis Mentes will likely ride the Cube Lightning C68X Air in the mountains. The Belgian squad is keeping things familiar with Shimano group sets and Newman wheels, with just a small change this year, a switch from Continental to Hutchinson tyres. Another team staying true to both their equipment and colours of 2024 is the Lidl Trek outfit. And I'm not surprised about it either. Lidl Trek has to be one of the hottest liveries in cycling right now. The second-ranked women's and third-ranked men's teams head into 2025 with the same setup as last year. The likes of Jasper Stuyven and Mads Pedersen will once again challenge the classics on the new Madone SL All-Rounder, while Anna Henderson and young gun Izzy Sharp will tackle time trials on board the Speed Concept. Keeping things American, SRAM will provide red Axis group sets, with the only deviation from the USA being Pirelli tyres. 2024 was a relatively quiet year for the men's and women's Movistar teams, but 2025 is already showing promise. With an impressive breakthrough win from 18-year-old Kat Ferguson in late 24 and an early victory for Javier Romo at the Tour Down Under already this year, it could be the start of a stronger season, and they'll be chasing those wins on the same bikes as last year. Both teams will continue using the full range of Canyon bikes, the Aeroad, Ultimate and Speedmax, equipped with SRAM Red group sets for the 5th consecutive year. They'll roll on SRAM subsidiary Zip wheels fitted with Continental tyres, and Physique saddles remain part of the setup, with time pedals sticking around for a second year. Last year, Red Bull completed its acquisition of the Bora Hansgrohe World Tour team, bringing fresh funding and a stronger presence to the 2024 5th ranked squad. Thanks to the cash injection, the team has launched a new under-23 development program, with all outfits riding specialised equipment. Bora Hansgrohe is sticking with Specialized for 2025, but simplifying things by using just 2 bikes. The S-Works Tarmac SL8 will serve as their sole road racing machine, while the Shift TT is tasked with handling the flat-out efforts in time trials. They'll also be riding SRAM Red Axis group sets as they continue to provide Bora Hansgrohe with their shifting system. Rounding out the build are Roval wheels and finishing kits from Specialized's own in-house brand. The Roland Cycling Team is another outfit which looks to be keeping the equipment around for the 2025 season. The Swiss World Tour team will be riding Pinarello bikes again this year, complete with Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 group sets. Vision wheels are paired with Pirelli tyres and will keep them rolling smoothly, while FSA supplies the power meter data to help dial in their performance. Soudal Quick-Step is another team that has seen some rather high-profile transfers over the last few months, losing Julian Alaphilippe and welcoming the likes of Ethan Hayter and Max Schachmann for the new year. What hasn't changed for either the Soudal Quick-Step or their women's counterpart AG Insurance is their bikes. After signing a 6-year deal with Specialized back in 2021, Remco Evenepoel will be challenging Tadej Pogačar aboard the Specialized S-Works SL8 in 2025. The furiously fast Belgian will have access to the Shift TT on time trial days, with both road and TT setups being clad with Shimano's Dura-Ace Di2 group set. Specialized once again take care of the finishing kit with wheels, tyres, cockpits and saddles all kept in-house. The Australian World Tour teams, Jayco Alula and Liv Jayco Alula, head into 2025 with what might just be the sharpest kit in the peloton, thanks to MAP. The brand's debut at World Tour level has made waves in the cycling scene, with their striking purple design even extending to the team's giant bikes. The men's team will be riding the Giant TCR, Propel and the all-new Trinity this season, while the women's squad will use the Liv Langmuir for road races and the Trinity for time trials. Like in 2024, all bikes are equipped with Shimano Dura-Ace shifting, Continental tyres and wheels and finishing kits, courtesy of Giant's in-house brand, Cadex. As well as having perhaps the quirkiest name in the World Tour, Picnic Post NL have some brand new bikes for the 2025 season. After falling out of the World Tour in 2024, Lapierre is back in both the men's and women's top division thanks to the Dutch team, who will ride the all-new Aircode Zelius for the 2025 season. Their bikes will once again be finished with Dura-Ace Di2 group sets, Vittoria tyres and Pro Logo finishing kit. Another team sporting the full complement of specialised equipment is SD Worx Pro Time. The best ranked team of 2024 welcomes 8 new signings for 2025, all of whom will be riding the tried and tested Specialized S-Works SL8 race bike. The complement of SRAM Red Axis group sets and specialised wheels, tyres, saddles and handlebars makes this setup an all-American affair. Even down to the pedals, seeing as SRAM acquired French brand Time in 2024. 4 days against the clock, the squad will use the Specialized Shift TT with the same set of components on offer. While headline components remain unchanged in the Visma Lease bike camp, the Dutch super team has given us a sneak peek at some new kit for the coming season. The men's best of the rest ranked team and the women's World Tour squad will continue riding Cervelo bikes this year. SRAM is back on shifting duties with its Red Axis wireless group set, while wheel sets come from Cervelo subsidiary Reserve. Vittoria tyres and Pro Logo saddles are staying put, but Jonas Vingegaard has teased some new Oakley sunglasses on the team's Instagram, so keep an eye out for those. UAE Emirates may still be riding the same brand of bikes in 2025, but that hasn't stopped their new team bikes from causing quite a stir in the cycling world. We are of course talking about the brand new Colnago Y1 RS Aero bike, which both men's and women's teams will have access to throughout the 25 season. The new Aero bike hopes to make world champion Tadej Pogačar even faster this year, with a futuristic looking design that not all Colnago fans were too happy about. The team will still use the V4 RS for climbing days and the TT1 time trial bike for races against the clock. All bikes will remain shod with Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 group sets, NV wheels and Pro Logo saddles and Continental tyres. After Lotto Destiny was relegated in 2022, Ridley has only remained at Pro Continental level for the last couple of years, but in 2025 they are returning to the World Tour. The Belgian brand will be ridden by Uno X Mobility this season, after the Danish squad parted ways with Dare bikes at the end of last year. The team will have access to Ridley's brand new Noah Fast Aero bike equipped with DT Swiss wheels, Continental tyres and Pro Logo saddles. For the steeper days, the team will switch to the Falcon RS, while time trials will be handed by the Dean Fast. And finally, is this the Decathlon AG2R story of 2025? Astana has made a bold move for the new season, parting ways with Villiers bikes and switching to a brand that was relatively unknown until now. XDS Carbon Tech, headquartered in China's carbon fiber hub of Shenzhen, invested in Astana last year, and for 2025, the team will ride their XLab AD9 and RT9 road bikes. While untested by mainstream media, these bikes are generating buzz as an intriguing prospect, aiming to undercut rivals on price, much like Van Ryssel's RCR Pro. Pro Logo saddles, Vision components, Shimano group sets and Continental tyres all remain, so at least the contact points will feel familiar for the riders. So that's every bike that's being ridden in the 2025 World Tour, but let us know, which is your favourite?